Hello, my name is Ann, and welcome to our Lifting Us Up in Liberty program. Now let's join our broadcast as Pastor Earl Wallace explains how the Bible applies to our personal and civic lives.
Well, it's good to be back with you today. We're talking about commandment number 6, and we were talking about the act of abortion being an act of murder. The Bible says that God has created man to be a little lower than the angels. We are a special part of creation. I believe that as human beings, we're tripartite beings. I believe with our bodies, we're world conscious, earth conscious. We can shake each other's hands. You can feel things. You're walking on the earth. With your soul, you're emotionally self-aware. You become self-conscious. And with your spirit, you can be God-conscious, meaning that God says in John 4:24 that you must worship God in spirit and in truth. The Bible also says that every person has capacity to have fellowship with God. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and truth. It says in John 4:24, therefore, if we're going to worship God, who is a spirit, we also have this spiritual capacity, which becomes alive in the John 3:16 born-again experience. My point for this, regarding this, however, is that animals, they don't have an eternal spirit, I don't believe. And the Bible does not indicate that. They don't get saved. They aren't judged and put in eternal damnation. And then they may be, who knows, you might see your animal in heaven if that's going to make you happy. God will be in charge of that. So I'm not really here to talk about that part of this, but I do want to say this. Is that animals, they have a bit of a soul awareness and emotional awareness, but it's nothing compared to the highly developed emotional awareness, self-awareness that people have. So it's okay to kill and eat animals. It is not okay to do that with people. Hey, let's move along now and talk about commandment number 7, which talks about sexual purity. Sexual purity sanctifies our souls. Now, my positive paraphrase usually is designed to when I speak with teenagers, I usually put it this way. If you date right, you'll mate right. Of course, you could be an older person and you could be divorced, or you can be never married and you have a relationship with someone. If you date right, you mate right. You want to have, follow the Bible in your dating relationship. Now, the Bible tells us in 2 Corinthians 6:14, do not get yoked together with unbelievers. I always say if you don't date an unbeliever or someone with whom you're not spiritually compatible, you're not going to fall in love with someone with whom you're not spiritually compatible, and you avoid getting unevenly yoked. The Bible says, for what fellowship can have light with darkness? The Bible tells us also, don't commit fornication or adultery. Adultery is you're married, you have sex with someone to whom you're not married. And fornication is one of you are not married and you're having sex. Don't do that. Honor God with your body. Remember in our synopsis, when we first started talking about this, when we did the overview, you show love for God by what you do with your bodies. So commandment number 7 means be faithful to your primary relationships. Show love for God by what you do with your body. Don't sin against yourself, and don't sin against your significant neighbor by committing sexual sin with them.
Thank you for listening. We hope you will join us in fulfilling 2 Chronicles 7:14 by repenting and turning to Christ so God saves your soul and heals our land. For more information about how the Bible applies to every aspect of our lives, including civics, visit us at libertycfchurch.org. Email us at office@libertycfchurch.org. Mail us at P.O. Box 235, Latham, New York 12110. Or call us at 518-545-7744. That's 518-545-7744.